The investigations into what took place in Commodore is ongoing, and there are still information that I cannot divulge. But just to say that these two incidents are connected to that investigation, and we will have several other operations, with the intent to try and arrest some of these persons who are involved in that gruesome and awful incident in Commodore. I just want to appeal to the community, especially in the Linseed area. You might see increased police actions inside there, that we want to enlist your continued support in that community, and it might affect several other communities within the St. Catherine space. But just rest assured that the JCF will continue its investigation, and we appeal for the continued support of the public during this time as we seek justice for the victims.
Two suspects in Commodore mass shooting killed in separate police operations. Two men were fatally shot and an illegal rifle seized during two separate but connected police operations conducted in St. Catherine. Police said the operations related to aspects of ongoing investigations into the recent multi-victim shooting incident in Commodore District, St. Catherine, which left 5 people dead and 4 wounded on Sunday. Reports are that in the first incident, which occurred shortly after 5 a.m. yesterday, a joint police-military team conducted an operation at Jewel's Estate, Bogwalk. Upon entering the premises, the team was confronted by a man armed with a rifle who pointed the weapon in the direction of the officers. The lawmen opened fire and the man was later pronounced dead. In a subsequent connected operation, another police team intercepted a vehicle in which several men were traveling along Grange Lane, also in St. Catherine. The occupants of the vehicle reportedly opened fire at the police. The gunfire was returned and one man was killed. Police say illegal firearms were seized, including an M16 rifle. Head of Area 5, Assistant Commissioner of Police Christopher Phillips, says there will be several operations with intent to arrest those involved in the shooting incident in Commodore. He added that there will be a continued increased police presence in the community and asked the residents for their support. Toots and her cronies charged. The St. James Police have charged the alleged female mastermind of a robbery syndicate operating in the parish. She has been identified as Shamara Forrester, otherwise known as Toots, of a railway lane address in Montego Bay. According to the head of the St. James Police Senior Superintendent Aaron Samuels, a preliminary charge has been applied to the woman as investigations continue. One of our main targets in terms of the robberies, a young lady by the name of Toots, who was a leader of the syndicate during the robbery. She was held on Sunday and officially charged for illegal possession of ammunition, Samuels told the multi-meeting at the St. James Municipal Corporation. We are investigating her with the other 5 cronies who were held as well and charged, he added. It is expected that more charges will be laid against the woman and the other individuals as the police continue their probe into a variety of robberies that have especially impacted members of the Chinese business community. We are investigating other offenses including a series of robberies that have been taking place, Samuel stated. Toots and the men were held following an alleged robbery incident on Sunday. The police also managed to take hold of a Toyota Axio motor vehicle that was reportedly used by the robbers. This comes following other breakthroughs that the police have made with the gang, with 10 members have already been taken into custody and charged with a variety of crimes. However, while Samuels explained that they were happy with the work that they have been doing so far, they said they are still wavering that more work needs to be done. We believe that this has put a significant dent in the robbery syndicate's activities. We know that there are other members out there, so we are not saying that's it. We'll continue to put the pressure on to ensure that we can go into the Christmas season enjoying peace and enjoying shopping, and so forth, he emphasized. Indicom concern over police fatal shooting that may have been avoided with proper detention. Concern has been raised about police fatal shootings which could have been avoided had the suspects been properly detained. The matter was outlined in a special report from the Independent Commission of Investigations, Indicom. Speaking at a press briefing, Assistant Commissioner Hamish Campbell outlined that Indicom remains concerned about how planned police operations are conducted. Part of the concern stems from reports that in many instances, persons apprehended by the police reportedly got hold of a gun, resulting in them being shot dead by the cops. Mr. Campbell related as an example an incident in which the suspect was able to reportedly get a weapon from inside a car. He said the suspect should have been detained first and then the police searched the vehicle. He said this issue needs to be reviewed by the police high command.
A further feature which we've observed both last year and this year is the fact that the mission to control and secure the subject or person who is the subject of the warrant or inside the premises once the police officers have domination over that person. And this relates to the preventability and avoidability of fatal shootings in certain circumstances. Recent cases in 24 and 25 record from both police and civilian accounts that suspects have been apparently able to secure a firearm after they have been detained to threaten the officers, resulting in their deaths. This report provides two cases which are illustrative of a number of similar instances in which it is apparent that the suspect should have been detained by the use of handcuffs or plastic cuffs. Such fatalities in these cases are wholly preventable, and tactical equipment and options should make these deaths completely avoidable if the correct risk assessment and officer safety measures are implemented. Such incidents present a grave risk of harm to police officers who can quickly become vulnerable when dangerous suspects, allegedly, are so readily able to have free movement to apparently seize a firearm. We recommend that officers should have total control over the environment, and the suspect, who is already identified as dangerous, frequently wanted on a warrant and can be arrested immediately, should be detained. And one similar example, which is also reported, is shown where officers attended a scene to arrest a suspect who was present. The subject permitted entry and was cooperative. Officers searched the house where other people were present. It is then reported the officers took him outside to search his vehicle, which was outside, and they provided the car keys to the prisoner, who was not detained and not disabled. The officers allowed the man reportedly to take the car keys, enter the car to look for correspondence. And during that, it is reported the man removed a firearm from inside the car and he was then shot. The Commission's view is that that person was a completely avoidable death, as many are. Others are, which their person could have been detained properly because he was wanted on a warrant and then conduct the searches.
Claudette Thompson confirmed as new DPP. Senior Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions Claudette Thompson will officially take over on Monday as Jamaica's Director of Public Prosecutions DPP, the second woman to hold the top post. She replaces Paula Llewellyn KC, who retired last month after serving 17 years in office, the longest tenure of any DPP in Jamaica's history. Thompson's appointment was confirmed in a letter issued Tuesday by the Office of Services Commission. She had been acting in the role since Llewellyn's departure on September 19. Born on May 27, 1975, Thompson began her legal career in 2004 as clerk of the court in St. Anne. She joined the Office of Director of Public Prosecutions (ODPP) in 2007 as Assistant Crown Counsel. She is a graduate of the University of the West Indies, Mona, where she earned a bachelor's degree in international relations. She went on to obtain a Bachelor of Laws degree from the University of Wolverhampton in United Kingdom and later received her certificate of legal education from the Norman Manley Law School. Throughout her career at the ODPP, Thompson has handled a range of complex criminal matters at all court levels, including the Parish Court, Supreme Court, and Court of Appeal. Her leadership roles within the ODPP have included head of roster committee, head of the Concourt unit, and oversight of the Home Circuit Administrative Unit. She was also responsible for reviewing and issuing legal rulings requested by various state entities. Thompson had played a central role in several of the country's most high-profile gangs prosecutions. These include the landmark anti-gang case that led to the conviction of Andre Bryan, leader of the One Don faction of the Klansman gang, the conviction of members of Justus Wilson gang, a major criminal network, and the prosecution of Tisha Miller, convicted of being an accessory after the fact to the murder of former Jamaican Urban Transit Company chairman Douglas Chambers. Both Bryan and Miller are now serving life sentences. Outside of the courtroom, Thompson served as a member of the Legal Aid Board, and is a former Vice President of the Legal Officers Staff Association. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.